My name is Marco Dupa. With me, as always, drunk Dave Romero
Say hello. Say hello.
and Adam Obesius.
All right.
Hey guys.
And this is the One Beer In podcast.
Lost to be found by someone to save you when you're down. Yes, I'm bored when it's bright out. So bored when it's bright out. 4 to 5
Thank you for joining us. Before we go any further, the one beer we are in is the Kona Brewing Longboard Island Lager.
In case anybody's wondering, that was Adam slapping his ass.
Yes.
Not a drum
Beautiful
roll.
ass.
No. Sounds
So-
like a drum.
Before we go anywhere, what do you guys think? We've had this beer before.
Oh, yeah. Many
but,
times.
I think it's a good go-to. It's a good classic
Yeah,
go-to.
I mean, it's something you could just get at a local supermarket, but it's
Yeah.
not bottom tier Bud Light.
Right.
You know,
This is true.
It's good.
Right.
They got my preferable choice of Kona Brewing is the Fire Rock. Actually.
Yeah, I like that. That's the pale ale, right? Is it the pale ale?
Yes.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking about getting that and some other stuff for the Super Bowl party. If I go into it, if I do
hear
it,
that's coming up.
it is coming up. A couple of weeks from now, Super Bowl party. I might do it, and if I do it,
Are you going to do it to it?
I might do it to it.
Okay.
And if I do it to it, then those will probably be there. Plus, probably
Don't
shitty
toot it
beers
into it.
like Bud Light
Of course.
and Coronas,
Yes.
just to keep the
The scum
entire
inside.
yeah,
the
basically
house.
keep them in the house and drinking in the house and not outside the house looking for other things.
Yeah, okay.
But anyway, that was the one beer we are in. I just wanted to bring up that over the course of, I'd like to say, 2 months,
Mm.
I finally finished The Last of Us.
Okay.
2 months. Try 6.
It was not 6 months.
Actually, it's almost 7.
Cover
because that
blown.
game
I
came
never.
out in
Shots
June.
fired.
No. We're not talking about when the game
Oh, since
came out.
release.
Yeah, we're talking about since I got it.
Right. Borrowed.
Since I was allowed to borrow it.
Right.
After you two beat it first,
Yeah.
I was allowed to beat it, and it took about 2 months, give or take a couple days, because I didn't. You know what? The circumstances
Yeah, okay.
behind why I
Okay.
didn't beat it are not pertaining to this.
Continue. It's
Anyway.
fine. Yeah. All right.
I did beat it,
Yeah, you did.
and it's still pretty fresh in my mind. I don't know how fresh it is in you guys' mind. I mean, it should be still pretty fresh.
6 months, like 5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still,
I still have.
not the details. You don't need to know the details.
Yeah.
But what resonated with you when you did beat it?
Yeah.
Because the game still.
It's got such a strong story. you
It
just don't
really
forget something
yeah
like that.
it's really kind of it's still sitting on me.
It's the most book-like sort of story within a game that I've played.
Mm-hmm.
So.
The narrative
Yep.
is so strong in
Yeah.
that game.
And it's very different than games generally. Like just the arc of the character of Joel,
Mhm.
period, is very anti-video game.
Spoilers ahead.
Yeah,
Just in
oh,
case
yeah, yeah,
anybody
absolutely.
listens to this and they haven't played it like myself.
What's wrong with you?
Full on
first of all?
spoilers ahead.
But,
We'll
yeah.
give you a couple seconds.
Okay, that's enough.
That's it. But yeah, the character arc that he goes through, the one that Ellie goes through.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I mean their relationship.
They both change in equal amounts and in sort of
Mhm.
very different ways.
It was cool that you say that. Like when Ellie first starts the game, she's very much a child still, and
Yeah.
then throughout the game, you see her get hardened.
Right.
There are other games that try to do that, like Tomb Raider,
Mm.
the new one that came out. She gets off like she's on a boat, the boat crashes, and everybody dies, and then they find themselves on like a pirate island, not like a classic pirate, but some like Somalian killing
Okay.
pirate,
Right.
and she kills her first person, and you can see like the shock, but immediately afterwards, it's just like it's part of the game now. Like it's
Mhm.
not. It's like you unlock the ability to kill people.
Right,
and
right.
There's no like emotional impact like
Right.
that pertains to the story
Right.
that you can see in her. So it's just like you're just moving around now, killing people.
Well, you know what's funny you say that is because I read a review about The Last of Us where they said that the game is basically a masterpiece, but the one thing that took the reviewer out of the game was the fact that in the cutscenes and in the story itself, killing and being violent it's like a last resort thing that it's supposed to be seen as like this brutal, like just I mean you gotta do it, but fuck man.
Yeah.
Like, but in the course of the game, you just mow through people in some parts, you know?
Yeah.
You just kill and kill and kill.
But in those parts you have to.
But well,
Like,
what the guy was saying was like,
clickers, and in the part where it's winter and Joel just got
yeah, when he falls on the thing,
he has to
yeah.
come back and save Ellie from that.
But
weirdo.
well, what they were saying was that they could have set up the game to where it didn't, because each time you get to a place, then guys come in and you can either sneak around or you can take them out one by one. You know, they could have done it in a way that more represented the game itself, like what they wanted to achieve with the story as far as the gameplay goes. They kind of abandon it. Because
not really though. Like I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't know how much closer to reality you want a game to be like that. Because if you get any closer to like, okay, if I get shot with one bullet, I'm probably gonna die, and if not, I'm pretty much immobilized. I need to go to a hospital, or else I'm gonna bleed out. Like, I mean, look at Arma, right? Like, that's.
I don't even know how to get into like a car.
Right, exactly. It's like this sort of ultra realistic thing does not necessarily mean it's going to tell a story more truly than The Last of Us did as a video game.
And like with State of Decay, when you die, that's it. Your character dies.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, the infinite.
The consequences of that. I would like to see more games do that in a more creative way.
The true death in the game.
And just dying and going back to a
checkpoint.
checkpoint.
That's real shitty. I've leveled my dude up like all the way, and then like I fucked up. And
and it gives you that like a real sense of regret and guilt and like just disappointment.
Like you're fucked now because no one's
leveled up.
Like,
and it makes you level up different characters too. It kind of immerses you in the game more because then you realize like. I can't lean on it because I leaned on Black Dude. I forgot his name, but that was it. I only played with one guy. He got tired, and then I just kind of switched off, let him, get his energy back, and then switch back to him.
I remember I had my own storyline off of that where I made Ed climb the water tower after he died. I made him commit suicide.
I sent the guy. I think it's Ed. I sent him up a mountain, up back to where the game starts, and he did not. He went back, and then that was it for him. And then I had to go and find his bag, and I was like, man, this is sad. His stuff's there, but they ripped him apart. It's like, fuck. But getting back to The Last of Us,
right.
What? I guess I don't want to jump that far ahead yet, but what do you think of the ending itself? Are you fresh on it? I just finished it, so I can give it back to you.
Right, we talked about it, remember?
Yeah. We David and I briefly kind of touched on it when we first went through it. Cause it was pretty soon after I beat it that you beat it too. And yeah, I mean, it was one of those things that kind of it's unexpected and hits you in the gut, but at the same time, not in the way that you're disappointed in any way. It's just one of those things that's wow.
They lay it out so that you know what's going on, but the character development is so well that you understand why he's doing it.
Right. Yeah. I think it was the closest thing to thought-provoking that an end of a game has made for me. I mean, there have been plenty of really good endings, but I kind of saw them coming, or it was oh, that's fulfilling, and then that's it. But that was the first time where it was that really made me think, was that the right decision?
Right.
What happens after this? Is she ever going to find out?
Yeah. And to kind of go over what happened was, at the end, Joel went into the facility where they were going to try to extract
her brain.
Ellie's brain in order to study it to hopefully get some sort of cure.
Yeah, because they said that they needed to take that off of her brain, and in the process it would kill her immediately.
Yes.
So they take that out. So he stops that.
But mind you, too, Ellie before that had said that she was basically willing to do anything to help.
Right. But see, when she says that, you kind of think, of course she would say that. She's down for this. She knows what is at stake at this point. So of course she would say that. But you don't think she means it to the extent that she means it until the very end when she talks about how
Right.
Her best friend got bit at the same time, and that she's been waiting to die the whole time.
Right.
Like that, you don't get the extent to which she means like I am all for this.
Right. I'd be willing to die.
Right, and then when she says that, and that's what's so good about the game too is the subtext. They don't explicitly tell you she will die for this, but she says it in a way where it's like, holy fuck, she was down to like let them do that. She didn't care. She was ready to go.
She thinks it's unfair that she's still alive.
Right. Survivor's guilt.
Right.
And she was ready to go. She was like, it's not right that I survived and my best friend didn't. Right. And if they can take this and save the human race, I'm all for it.
Right. But Joel didn't let that happen. He came in and saved her.
Which is kind of selfish when you think about it.
You can completely understand it because he loses his wife. He watches his.
I understand him, definitely. I understand why he did it. But that doesn't negate the fact that it's kind of selfish on his part.
Which is perfect because you come into that sort of quandary of what's good and what's bad. Because is it evil to sort of take a girl and save her from being killed while possibly, because that's the thing too, they never say that she would have definitely saved the human race. It's implied that there's a good chance, maybe, but for all Joel knows that she could have died from nothing.
Yeah.
Because he's heard of rumors about stuff happening before and it coming to nothing. There's been no cure up until that point.
And he doesn't really know that she's ready to die either until the very end.
Yeah.
When, she confronts him about it.
But still, you have to think, okay, the greater good type of excuse or, argument, I should say.
Yeah.
Of, okay, if this one girl dies that I've grown attached to, that sucks. That sucks a lot. But if it can save humanity as a whole, is that not worth it?
Yeah.
So.
I will say this. As good as the game is, it kind of falls along the lines of other post-apocalyptic or zombie games and movies, wherein they throw a character at you, and this character is put in the story for you to give you the feels, and then they're gonna fucking kill him.
Oh, yeah.
Like I saw it coming with Tess, with the brothers, with all of them, with Marlene. I knew she was dead.
I thought that they were gonna kill his brother though, and they didn't, and I appreciated that.
That was that I kind of thought they were gonna kill him too. I thought when they bum rushed the dam or whatever, I thought he was gonna get killed, but when they didn't. Yeah.
I thought that was
and then he had a place to go back to.
Exactly.
In the end.
Exactly.
So okay, to kind of round this up and kind of put a endpoint on it, there was BioShock Infinite, GTA 5, The Last of Us. How would you rank them? That's another conversation in of itself, but I want to kind of stop it here, and then we'll talk about those later.
Okay.
But we gotta kind of chop them right there because those are definitely the three top of 2013.
I'd say my top
games.
3. Yeah.
I no doubt about it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He started 24.
I did. It was kind of late on that, but yeah. But they announced that it's coming back, so I kind of want to catch up before, which probably isn't going to happen because it's like literally a week of 24 to watch.
It's like a real-time week.
Yeah, I just figured that out right now, and I don't want to do it anymore.
It's I don't know. I mean, he explained because I had never watched it, and he explained like the way that the show goes because it's real time. So each episode is an hour in like a real day. So each season is 24 episodes.
Right.
So. Right?
Yeah.
It sounds kind of tedious, right?
That is a lot.
And I was saying that
there
like
are 8 of them, like him just sleeping.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
But no, apparently you go ahead.
The way that they do it is, and this is riveting because the show's like 8 years old or something.
Yeah, right.
We're talking about 24 right now.
Old news.
Yeah, but anyway,
8 years of old news.
The cool thing they do is that they will show, let's say Jack Bauer, the main character, is like brushing his teeth or something. They'll show him brushing his teeth in like a little box, and then they'll show what else is going on with all the other characters, and it'll zoom into whatever is more like exciting, I guess, in somebody's day.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because there are downtimes in everybody's character arc, obviously.
Yeah.
They're not chasing bad guys 24 hours
Right.
a day.
I mean, with the concept of the show, there had to have been a way to explain that.
Yeah.
and go in different directions with it. Because I was always under the assumption that, like, I never really thought about it because I knew how the concept of the show went, but I never really thought about, like, what do they do for 8 hours? And he's sleeping, and then he gets up and he brushes his teeth. And I was saying, like, there's the times when, like, a case isn't going very far, so he's just kind of, like, sitting at a monitor.
As
just,
computer.
Like, playing, like, Tetris.
Playing Minesweeper.
Right. Just trying to pass the time before somebody runs in with, like, a murder investigation or something.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, thank God I'm losing.
so you just been knocking on Netflix.
That's pretty much
You've
it.
been putting in job applications. How does
No,
that,
not
how does
yet.
that go when you're at a position where you're at, where you're coming off a job that was basically that could have been your career.
I didn't want.
You don't. Well, yeah,
I didn't
I know.
want that
I'm
place
saying
to be.
like it could potentially have been if you wanted it. Like
Yeah.
you don't no longer just like throw applications
Right,
like,
no.
at the wall anymore.
Yeah, I'm not looking for part time. I'm not, just looking for something to get me by. So it's more pressure on me to get out a good resume, which I feel like, first of all, a resume is never done, and second, I'm never happy with it. So it's like I just have to get over it and start sending it out, because if not, it's never going to go out and I'm never going to find anything. So basically at that point right now.
Yeah. Just trying to get your name out there more. And
Yeah, pretty much. Just I kind of hate bragging, and that's what a resume kind of is.
yeah,
So it's
you gotta lift yourself up.
it's
You gotta stand out.
yeah. I don't know. It's tough for me, but I'm getting through it anyway, and I'll start saying things out by this weekend. I've set myself a solid deadline. So
It's easy to brag about like stupid shit.
yeah, like
But-
I beat a game in a day or
Right.
something, but like
But like your
actual
like
things.
like
that-
I did this and I did that and
Right.
it's just like ugh. Makes me feel weird.
what have you done lately?
Right. So anyway, I think that's a good place to cap this off.
Yeah, probably.
Um,
Probably.
Thank you guys for listening. This was the One Beer In podcast.
Which
I'm
we did not
Marco
have to be.
Dupa. What's your name?
Dave,
And your name?
Mr. Obesius.
Thank you guys for listening. Good night.
Bye.